Hey guys, welcome to the weekend production recap video. We're back from Super Bowl and we're kicking off another awesome series, Don't Panic, Take Heart 2020. And we're just going to help people get the tools that they need to make it through this election season with peace and friendship and not separation from other people. So it's going to be an awesome weekend. We have lots of assets that are really well done, that are really hitting home to the message that we want people to take with them. So we'll just go ahead and start going through the plan. So countdown will happen and people will receive buttons at the door. Buttons, I think it's going to say Don't Panic 2020. And it's supposed to feel like they're entering a political rally, but everybody's getting the same button. Don't panic, and just to kind of set the scene of what's going to happen during service. So that will be at doors during countdown. And then at 0, we're going to play the Don't Panic, Take Heart promo video, the one that we played during Super Bowl, the trailer video, just to kind of set some tension at the top of service and get people thinking about what this series is about. And then out of that, CPs will be up to welcome and set up the series, essentially just saying like, hey, I know there's a lot of stress going on. I know you might be feeling overwhelmed or anxious or whatever your feelings may be on the election season coming up. That's not for you. That's not what God wants for you. That's not the way that we want you to feel here in this place. And also touching on the fact that Crossroads has intentionally not talked about elections and politics for 23 years because we want this to be a place for everyone, and that we're going to do that now because we feel like God has a lot to say about the peace and the power that we all have in the middle of this crazy storm. So CPs will be up doing that, and then we will be into the worship set. Out of the worship set, the worship leader will pray, shake hands, people will sit, and then we will be into community life. So community life this weekend, mandatory point, groups participation push. This is the last weekend for people to get in a group before group season starts. I believe on Monday is when, groups start. So that's mandatory. Optional points, we've got go trips, camp leaders, volunteer opportunities, and then also Send Me is releasing on the 7th. So this coming Friday, Send Me is releasing, and that will be something that you can talk about, kind of like, hey, this was released yesterday if you want to listen to it. And it's also a hard point in the worship set this week, and that will just be a way that people can like connect, oh, this song released, we sang it. And if we have people that are coming back for the first weekend after Super Bowl, they heard that song during the Super Bowl halftime show. So it's some sort of recognition like, oh yeah, I was here last week. This is what they sing. This is kind of who they are. So that's another optional point that you can talk during community life. So out of that, the offering video will be a series manifesto that was created. It's almost like a little animation voiceover type video. It's fantastic. It really sets up the series well, and it sets up kind of the idea that we're going to get into when Brian talks about just what politics looks like in this day and how the divide is not necessary. So that's awesome. That'll be our offering video, and then we'll be into the performance song. So the performance piece this weekend, break it down again. I don't remember the people who sing it, but it's an old song.
Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears? Okay, great. Tears for Fears. So it hits perfectly what we're trying to say, and we've got an awesome kind of music video to go along with it that sites will use, and it people are coming in acting like they're gonna debate, and they kind of lip sing the song back and forth as if they're debating, and then there's a lot of transition that happens, and by the end they're all together. It's a really great song that is really good at connecting what we're trying to say. So we're excited about that. That performance is going to be done live at Oakley. So the people who were a part of the music video that was shot on last Friday are going to do the element live at Oakley. But for sites, it's already created for you. Your band will still perform, sing, and then you'll just have that asset to go along with it. So that will be great. And then out of that, we'll be into the teaching. So BT is talking this weekend. He is talking about people over politics and what that looks like with our upcoming election, and a couple things that can happen in the message. First, it says the myth machine moment. That's just added on to his minutes. There's going to be like a slot machine sort of thing where he's going to pull it, and there's going to be a bunch of myths. And ultimately, he's going to land on, this is the most important thing of the year, the most important election of forever, that he's going to then say, okay, I can talk about this. So that is what the myth machine moment is going to be. Then there's also the option of the tension breaker game, which is just the crowd noise element game that could happen in your room. We aren't totally sure that that's going to happen yet. We should hopefully know by Thursday to see if BT wants to do that, if that's something that will fit into this week or maybe next week. I'd highly, highly suggest that you prep CPs and your team to be able to execute that game this weekend. And if not used this weekend, it will probably be used another weekend. So that is the service. One more thing that I did not mention, in the Break It Down performance song, there's going to be a part of the song that there's a balloon drop or a confetti drop, kind of however you want to do that. A balloon drop happens on the music video, and if you'd like that to match the room, that's what that element is for. And the music video is going to be soft synced. So that is kind of the performance piece element, and if you have questions, please ask, and we can help you with that. But yeah, so then BT will be done with his message, CPs will come up for live dismissal, and we will be good to go. So it's going to be an awesome weekend, lots of jam-packed stuff, but it's all really, really great. I'm looking forward to it, and I think that it will be a really good segue into what people are really feeling when they turn on the news, they open their phones, all the things that are going on right now in our country. So super excited and looking forward to this weekend. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll be able to help.